So my favorite song of all time is Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. It's just the perfect song and really the perfect phrase for what life is. It really is bittersweet. And it's one of those songs, even though it's my favorite song, I try not to play it very often because I want it to feel special every time I hear it. I want it to give me that feeling it gives me every time. So, this past Sunday, January 26th, I was leaving my shift at work at this one site for the very last time. I had been there since July. I had some pretty good memories, but I also had one nightmare of a night, as I've spoken on before. So, before I pulled out and drove home, so you know what? This is the perfect time to play my favorite song. I'm leaving one job site behind and I'm moving on to what I think will be a better place. I get to work downtown in the city I love. And I just felt it was fitting because I was, to be honest, a little sad to leave this site because I had been there at the very least 4 times a week for the past 7-8 months. You know, half a year of my life at this place, 40 hours a week at least. And I have had some 48-hour weeks there. But yeah, I've spent a lot of time there. So, as much as I was ready to leave this place, I was also sad. But I knew it was for the best. I was going on to better things, more money, to a place I've dreamed of working. Little did I know that this song would be perfect for the way the day was going to play out. Let's get into it.
It's time to vibe with Deezy.
So getting home that day, I was so excited for the day to come because it just happened to be the day of the Royal Rumble. And I was super excited to see who might come back. There were so many names in the air of who might return. And I was, holding my breath at the chance CM Punk could come back. So yeah, I was so excited going to sleep that morning. Got in the bed, laid right next to my girlfriend, and I felt great. I felt excited for the day to come. So I didn't toss and turn much because I knew I had to be, in bed early, later, during Sunday. So wanted to get as much sleep as I could. So I woke up around, I would say 2:30 p.m. on Sunday afternoon. I don't look at my phone immediately, but I grab it and, I'll decide, okay, let me go chill, maybe watch something or play some PlayStation. Just relax before the Royal Rumble comes on because, around, I would say 5 p.m. my time, I'm just going to fully commit to having the TV on the WWE network. I'm not going to turn it. I've been waiting for this. I've been excited the past few days. I've felt the excitement in my body. So yeah, I had chill mode on my mind till 5 o'clock. So I get to the living room, and before I sat down, I locked my phone, and that's when I saw it. You can ask my girlfriend. Immediately, out loud, I just repeated, "Are you serious? Oh my God, no way. Are you fucking serious?" I was in absolute shock. I could not believe what the fuck I was reading. And it was from ESPN, a notification on my phone from ESPN. So I knew more than likely it was legit. Apart from them somehow being hacked. So immediately I get on Twitter. I see all of the tweets flooding in. Everyone just like me in shock. And it's true. Kobe Bryant is really dead. I couldn't believe it then. I still can't believe it now. I've been listening to so many different people and reading so many different reactions and listening to them. It feels like we're all in the same boat. No one believes this is possible in this reality. He's such a larger than life pop culture legend. And he was only 41 and he was already this legendary man. It's just unfathomable. And it makes you realize life doesn't give a fuck about who you are. It can happen to anyone. If it can happen to Kobe Bryant, it can really happen to anyone. In a million years, I would have never guessed this. I was looking forward to watching him grow old and give his basketball knowledge and IQ to everyone. He was such an intelligent, thoughtful, passionate guy. I know there's controversy from years ago. It sounds selfish, but I don't care about that. So, admittedly, I wasn't really a Kobe fan. Maybe until 2004, 2005. So, growing up, my dad was really into Jordan and the Bulls. And of course, I'm a son. And I want to have things in common with my dad. I want to be passionate about what he is. So I watched basketball with him to enjoy the greatness of Michael Jordan. And I loved the game as a kid. I loved basketball. And I loved just spending those random days watching Bulls games with them. But after he left Chicago, my dad's interest kind of faded in basketball for a while. And so did mine. Obviously I was maybe about 8 or 9 when he left the Bulls, around that age. And after he stopped watching, I'm a kid. Of course, I don't have remote. I don't have control over the remote. And if I did, it would just be cartoons or whatever. That was when cartoons were, I think, the best. Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Digimon, Power Rangers, all of that stuff. After he kind of backed away from basketball, so did I. And that is one thing I will regret, because I missed that run Shaq and Kobe had. I'll tell you right now, I remember none of it. I probably watched 0 Shaq and Kobe games. And right now that kills me to fucking say it. So I didn't really start picking basketball up again until 2001 or 2002 because of the Mavericks. They changed jerseys. They had Dirk and Finley, Nick Van Exel, and I really loved their, jersey colors. They had just switched to new uniforms and a new logo. I just loved everything about them. They were a high scoring team. And their foe around that time was the Sacramento Kings. So I say from 2001 to 2004, all I really remember are the Mavericks, Kings, maybe. Oh, and the Spurs, of course, also. But the Lakers, of course I knew who Kobe Bryant was. Of course I knew who he was, but I didn't really follow him. But I say around 2004, 2005, when I started playing basketball a lot after school. That's when I really started following all of the NBA, not just the Mavericks, not just the Mavericks and their rivals, the NBA as a whole. That's when LeBron came into the league. That's when Shaq started he transitioned, sorry, to the Heat. But yeah, that's when I really started paying attention to the NBA as a whole instead of just one track minded. The only sport before then I really paid attention to the whole league was the NFL, because there were so many great quarterbacks in the league as I was growing up. Favre, Marino, Elway, Steve Young. The NFL just had so many big names at quarterback. And yeah, for those lost NBA years, the NFL was really at the forefront of my mind. So a crazy thing is, days before Kobe Bryant dropped his 81 points, I had actually bought a Kobe Bryant jersey. Well, my dad bought it for me, but of course I wanted it. And I actually wore it to school the next day after he dropped 81 points. That's definitely one of my favorite Kobe stories. But yeah, I rocked Kobe Bryant's number 8 jersey throughout my junior and senior year. That was definitely one of my favorite jerseys I had. So honestly, I hated Kobe for a few years. When I started getting back into the NBA, I hated Kobe. And the only reason why was because he was so damn good. And I don't know, there was a few years where I felt like he was cocky. And I don't know, I guess the arrogance was something I didn't like at the time. But yeah, there was a few seasons when I was really aware of him that I hated him just because of how fucking like on point his shots were, and he would always torch the Mavericks. So obviously, you hate the players that torch your teams all the time. But no, I came to my senses and I started appreciating the greatness. That's what I feel like we should do more often as sports fans. Even if it's a team or a player that always destroys your team, appreciate their greatness. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, I hated them for a while because they were so damn good. They dominated the AFC. But after a while, I was like, you know what? This is greatness that we're witnessing. Why not enjoy it? Like it's not. I wish it was for my team, but it's not. So while it's here, let me enjoy it. But that's how it was with Kobe. He just always kicked my team's ass. So, you know, just disliked him. But once I started appreciating his greatness, that's when I fell in love with him as a player. And yeah, I'm really I'm really glad I appreciated it before he was gone. His final game against the Utah Jazz was fucking amazing. He definitely went out on top. It wasn't the playoffs or a championship game or anything, but he went off in the retirement showing, hey, I still fucking got it. But before I don't have it, let me walk off into the sunset and try something else. Let me enjoy life. But yeah, I was really starting to enjoy kind of this role he took on. He was kind of like a basketball sensei, and this father figure also. A lot of the times I would see him the past few years, most of the times it would be with his family. But yeah, this is just so fucking unreal to me that he's gone. And I've just been in a fog since it's happened. I'll be in a good mood, laughing or something, and then I'll get on Twitter and just see just a random tweet about him or something that's been circulating the past few days. And I'll just stop in my tracks. It's just unreal, unbelievable. 41 years old. His daughter, 13 years old. She really was probably destined for stardom just like him. I've seen a few clips of her since she passed, and he definitely passed on his killer instinct to her. She was destined for the WNBA, like that's for sure. He didn't have a son to carry on his name, but his daughter was fucking going to. I have no doubt in my mind. She was probably going to be the first Kobe type of player in the WNBA that just goes off for so many damn points each night. Like, it's really sad that her future got taken away also. And now her mom will never be able to watch her grow into that amazing superstar she was destined to be. I guess the only thing that makes me feel a little better is knowing Kobe lived his life to the fullest, that's for sure. He won 5 championships, got to travel the world. He was admired and revered by all his peers. He lived a fulfilling life. Of course, his family loved him. It's just sad to see someone so iconic gone out of nowhere. He's so iconic that you literally just randomly would say his name out of nowhere by throwing something in the trash. Like, no matter how long it had been since you watched him playing the game or heard his name, you would just shoot something in the trash can. Kobe. Fucking Dave Chappelle made a skit about it. He put that in a skit. And that was back in 2002 or 2003. Like 17 years ago. And it's still a thing. Even more so now. And that's one way I will never let his memory die. Always will forever say, Kobe, when I shoot something in the trash can. Like, that's for sure. So my favorite Kobe highlight, it was a playoff game against the Phoenix Suns. He hit a game-winning shot and just ran down the floor, pumping his fist. The fans fucking erupted. And it was a clip on one of the NBA Live games back in the day. So every time I played that game, I would get to see that clip. But no, I watched it happen live during the playoffs. That was just my favorite Kobe clip. It was just cold. His reaction, the fans, his teammates. That's that clutch. Game over basket. Like, that'll forever be my favorite highlight from Kobe. So that was the bitter part of my day. Now on to the sweet. The event I had been waiting very impatiently for, the days previous, which is the Royal Rumble. Now, honestly, the Women's Royal Rumble let me down so bad. I kind of lost faith in the event as a whole after Charlotte fucking won for the millionth time. I just couldn't believe it. Like, really? We've done this over and over. I will admit, she is a great wrestler. She's attractive. She's the tall blonde bombshell. You know, I won't deny she's fucking amazing in the ring. But I'm just tired of seeing her win. This isn't like sports where I think it's unscripted. Could be wrong. This is scripted. She doesn't have to fucking win. Is this really the best you could fucking do? Really? Charlotte Flair for the 1000th time. Really? There's so many more deserving women. They need to fucking give more people a chance. Like, you never know how great someone can be till you give them a fucking opportunity. But no, yeah, just give it to Charlotte Flair. Just hand it to her again. And unless she faces Becky Lynch, which I don't think they will do, she's probably going to win another title. She probably will pick Bayley and defeat her and win it once again. I mean, I really fucking hate that idea, but it's going to happen. I already know. But if they pit her against Becky Lynch and she fucking beats her, oh, I'm going to be even more pissed off. Like, not only do you choose her over so many more women that deserve an opportunity, you fucking make her beat the one woman who's on top of her fucking game and has been for the past year. I don't think they're stupid enough to do that. But hey, I could be wrong. Look, they were stupid enough to let Charlotte win in the first place. So they probably will fucking do that. What do I know? But no, there was a few other women that could have won. Like, as much as I hate Shayna Baszler, she should have won at least. I would have been cool with that. Okay, she was the NXT Women's Champion for a while. Let her win a SmackDown or Raw Championship. Like, I'd be cool with that. Hey, it's somebody new. I would have been, meh, okay, I'll take it. Better than Charlotte. Anybody's better than Charlotte, like, in my eyes. I thought maybe Sasha Banks would take it. Maybe Paige would somehow come back and she would win. No. Same old Charlotte, same old shit. So yeah, after that, like I said, my mood, it got killed like that. I was like, wow, this whole fucking event's gonna go to shit. Like, but The Fiend versus Daniel Bryan, that lifted me back up. I love The Fiend. I'm definitely a fan of Daniel Bryan. I caught the very end of his run before he had to retire, and I thought I missed out on seeing him wrestle, because I fucking had to miss the WrestleMania when he won the championship, when the Yes movement was at its pinnacle. We didn't have internet at home, so I had to fucking miss that. That's another regret I'll have, is missing that fucking epic moment. I still watch it over again with the WWE network. Like, I still will go back and play that. Like, damn, I wish I would have got to see this, but no. I didn't have the internet to watch it. But yeah, that match, I love what they did with Bray Wyatt. I'm all in on The Fiend. I think he's the best man they got going. Him and Becky Lynch are carrying the shit right now. So yeah, I was happy that I just love his intro. I hate that you only get to see it during pay-per-views because he don't really wrestle, on SmackDown. They've been saving him for pay-per-views, but I guess that's a good thing because, like I mentioned earlier, Bittersweet Symphony, like it hits every time because I don't play it out. And Bray Wyatt, he hits every time because you see him once a month or every 2 months. So, as much as I would love to see more from him, I feel like it's good that they keep an ace in their back pocket. They keep the best thing they have to a minimum. Um, so yeah, that was a pretty decent match. I'm glad Bray won. I'm glad you know, he still gets more time with the title. I hope he wins at WrestleMania too because I don't think he's had a big win at WrestleMania either. Like they've fucked him over since I've been watching again, and I'm glad he's finally get what he deserves. He's so great with his words. Like, man, I would love to one day I would love to have him on this podcast. I feel like he's a chill, fucking intellectual dude that would just mind fuck your whole convo with him. I would love to talk to him one day. His old promos when they would just give him a mic and let him talk, man, just some good shit. He's great with the mic. So after that match, I was like, well, okay, like I'm still kind of nervous about this Royal Rumble, knowing fucking Brock Lesnar is coming in first. Because part of me, like every other fan, was like, oh shit, what if they somehow make this motherfucker last and win the whole thing after starting first? And for a while, that's how it looked. I was watching with my girlfriend, her oldest son, and our son together. And yeah, I would keep saying, "Oh wait, no, here, look, all right, they're gonna team up on them now, and this is probably when they'll get out." But no, when he eliminated Braun Strowman and Keith Lee, I was like, "Oh fuck, maybe our nightmare is about to come true. Maybe he is about to fucking win this thing." I really was scared for a while. I was like, "Are you serious? Is this really about to happen?" I feel sorry for all the other people that lasted 20, 30 seconds. You waited all day for this. You waited all year, even possibly. And then you get thrown out by a guy who's already a fucking champion in 30, 40 seconds. Like, I feel sorry for some of these people. Like, they deserve better. Especially Braun Strowman. I've loved Braun Strowman for the past 3 years. He deserves so much better, man, than being thrown out of the Royal Rumble in a minute or two. He should have been a champion at least a year and a half ago. Like so many of these wrestlers deserve better. I think it's mainly because of Vince McMahon. He thinks he knows best, but I got to give it to Triple H. Triple H really knows what he's doing. I can't wait for him to get the torch passed to him. All final creative decisions, because it will be a better company, a better product when he's in charge. Look at what he does with NXT. The wrestling there is fucking amazing. So yeah, eventually Drew McIntyre comes out. Maybe about number 14, number 15, 16, one of the, middle of the field. And then the way Brock looks at him, I'm like, okay. He's kind of worried about this. And his facial expressions kind of gave away that he was gonna win. Like, especially after Drew McIntyre eliminated him, the looks he was giving him, it was kind of setting up that match if and when he won. But no, when the elimination happened, we all here on the couch fucking erupted. So did the fans. So did the fans in Houston. We just fucking like clapped, cheered, like we were all so hyped. It was awesome. After such a shitty day, that moment of Drew McIntyre eliminating Brock Lesnar just it was a nice moment. It gave us joy. We were all laughing and smiling afterwards, like, hell yeah, about time, you know. And then the moment I needed happened. Fucking Edge made his rumored comeback. The look on his face when he was listening to the crowd and his music playing, I felt that. I felt it in his face. He looked like he was gonna cry. I thought he really was. His eyes, you could see in his face. He kind of believed he never thought he was gonna be here again. He never thought he was gonna hear the fans and his music with him actually about to wrestle. And I felt it. And it was just a moment I needed after that news to start the day. But Edge is a lot like Kobe for me. Back in the day, I hated Edge. But that's just good heel work on his part, on his behalf, you know, like that was his job to make you hate him, and I did. I hated him being so successful, you know, always being champion. Like him and Sheamus, they're kind of the reasons why I stopped watching wrestling. I don't know why, but you know, they were champion all the time, and I was like, okay, I'm not a fan of these guys. Like, okay, you know, I'm gonna stop watching. Or maybe I would see it when I got a little more sporadic as I got older, and then eventually I saw them being front and center, and I was just like, nah, I don't like these guys. Like, I'm a bounce. All right, I'm gonna head out. And I regret that. I regret not seeing the prime years like so many fans did. But I did get to see some of his great times. I did get to see a lot of his, matches when he had Christian by his side. Edge and Christian as a tag team, all the TLC matches and hardcore matches. I did get to see a lot of that. But when it became a singles competitor, I didn't get to see much of that. Maybe a year or two. And then I just kind of stopped watching. But for the longest, I didn't like him. I was like, I think it was really after the whole thing he, did the Matt Hardy and Lita. Like he actually took her from Matt Hardy. And that was something I didn't like either because Matt and Jeff Hardy were always my favorites. The Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys were my favorites. And then, yeah, that happened. And I don't know, I wasn't really a fan of Edge. But then when I started watching again and, I found out, oh yeah, he had to quit. He was forced in retirement from injury. He could have seriously fucked himself up. So yeah, I thought I missed it. I thought I missed a chance at ever seeing him again. But no, Sunday night, I cheered. I cheered when his music hit. I couldn't believe it that he was actually back. But I'm glad I get a chance again to see some of his matches. I don't know how long he'll be able to hang in there because he's 46, with a fucking battered body. I don't know if it'll be half a year, maybe 2 years. Supposedly he signed a 3-year deal. So I don't know if he'll somehow make it all 3. But no, I hope I at least get to see a few good solid feuds. And then he could ride off into the sunset again. After he said he wanted to come back to finish it the way he wanted to. So I hope he gets to. I hope he doesn't land the wrong way or something and have to go back to being retired. I want to at least be able to see him have 3, 4, 5 good solid feuds before he retires again. But yeah, I learned a valuable lesson on Sunday. Do not take greatness for granted. Don't take anyone for granted. Because fucking anyone can really, really go any fucking time. Anybody can get it. And Sunday was definitely a wake-up call with that. So yeah, life is definitely a bittersweet symphony. You can be so excited about a day. Think it's going to go perfectly. Think it's going to go the way you imagine. And life just throws you a fucking curveball like that. I didn't see it coming. No one did. So I think I'm going to call it a show. It might be possibly another week till I record again. I kind of feel a sore throat coming on. I hope not. I hope it's just, I don't know, a little itchy throat. I really hope I'm not going to be out for a week again. Because me and Jess will be off this weekend, and I'd love to record another episode with her. But no, I for sure wanted to take time and just talk this out. Just get these memories and these sad thoughts out into the air. I mean, unfortunately, I haven't really been able to talk to anyone about it. No one I really talk to consistently is that big of a basketball fan. But yeah, cherish and appreciate greatness and the ones you love more now than ever. Especially with this fucking coronavirus shit possibly popping off. I'm taking it lightly now, but we'll see in about a month or two. Like if it's dying down, or if it's something we should actually be worried about. But no, definitely hug that person you love, or call that person you love. Let them know, because none of us are guaranteed to be here next hour, next day, next week. None of it. Hope you enjoy the vibes. Deezy out.